Mithila is referred to as a very special city. You know, in this Ram Leela, there are 3 cities, important ones. One is Ayodhya, the other is Mithila, and the third is Lanka. The 3 main cities. In Ayodhya, there are all sajjans, good people, but there are 1 or 2 durjans as well. There is Manthara, for example. And in Lanka, there are all durjans, evil people, but there is a couple of sajjans as well, like Vibhishan. However, Mithila is such a place where there are only sajjans, only good people, no trace of evil. So the king out here is Janak. Janak has again a very special place in Indian history. Shri Krishna refers to him in his Bhagavad Gita, and he says, Arjun, although you may be a yogi from inside, you can still do your works on the outside, like Janak did. So Shri Krishna has respected Janak by including his name in the 700 verses of the Bhagavad Gita. This Janak is called Videharaj. He is Videharaj because although he is a Mahayogi, yet he is doing his duties as a king. So he has tremendous opulence from the outside. He's got the Ranivas, he's got the children, but internally his mind is situated in Brahma. And he doesn't have feeling of his body. So he is in such a state that if he places his hand in the fire, he will not come to know it is burning. That is Videharaj, beyond the perception of the body. That Videharaj, his mind used to be always absorbed in the Nirakar Brahma. So by the process of Gyan Marg, Gyan Yog, Videharaj, Janak, had calmed the mind to such an extent that he would think that all names and forms are mithya. Only the formless Brahman is Satya. And the residents of Mithila were also following the same philosophy. So in Mithila, everybody used to think that Naam and Roop is mithya. And the formless Brahman is the only thing that is Satya. If we can be situated in Gyan, then we will understand Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya Jivo Brahmai Vanapara. However, an episode is going to take place that will pull Janak from this Gyan Yog into Bhakti Yog. And what is that? Vishwamitra, he reached Mithila. So they camped outside because they are renunciants. There was an Amra Kunj, mango garden. So Vishwamitra resided there along with Ram and Lakshman. But the news reached Janak. Janak came to know that Mahamuni has come along with 2 princes. And these are 2 very special princes. They are both Avadhesh Kumar. They have come from Ayodhya. So now the Dhanur Yagya is going to take place and the Sita Swayamvar. So princes are going to be coming, but these 2 are very special. And Janak said, they cannot reside in that mango garden. I have to go and bring him into my palace. So Janak reached Vishwamitra. And when he reached Vishwamitra, he saw Ram and Lakshman. And the moment he saw them, he just kept seeing and seeing. Now Janak is experiencing such a pull that he is not able to move his eyes. Like a chakor bird is attracted to the Chandrama, Janak is attracted to Ram and Lakshman. Murati madhura manohara vekhi bhayo videha viseshi. He is Vide, he is becoming specially Vide. And what is confusing Janak is this. He is thinking that my mind is Sahaj Virakt. Sahaj Virakt means I don't need to remove it from the world. We people need to do that. अरे भाई नई नई टेलीविजन नहीं भगवान में लगाओ, बेटा नहीं राम में लगाओ. But he is Sahaj Virakt. So Janak is thinking that not even an atom in this world can attract my mind. Then how come I have got attracted to these two Rajkumars? And so attracted, Ati Anurakt. I feel like seeing them and seeing them and seeing them. This Shyamal body of Ram, his wonderful limbs, there's a ras, prem ras flowing out of his every pore, his beautiful eyes going up to the ears, looking like lotus flowers, and his curly hair falling down, so stately, his chest protruding, the bow and arrow with him. He is looking so attractive, and this brother of his in a fair form with a slightly angry look on his face. So Janak wants to just keep having darshan. So Janak says, how come Purna Virakt has become Asakt? What is going on? So he analyzes. Is it Brahma jo nigama neti kahi gawa ubhaya roop dhari ki soi ava? Is it that the Brahma which I used to worship as Nirgun, Nirvishesh, Nirakar, that has come in this Akar form? Very correct. Your analysis is perfect. It is your same Brahma which you are worshipping through Gyan Yoga. Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, the same Brahma you are seeing in his Ram form now. Ramam Vidhi Param Brahma Satchidanandam Advayam. Valmiki Ramayana. So that is the reason your mind is so attached. You have practiced in lifetimes to fix it on Brahma, and this is Brahma in his Sakar form. So when he questioned like this, that is he Brahma? Now Vishwamitra said, Maharaj, what to tell you, you know everything. In other words, he indicated that you are right, he is Brahma. You see, one who has been worshipping the formless, why should that person get attracted to God in his personal form? Why should he get attracted? The reason is, although both are Brahma, Nirakar and Sakar, God is both. Dvevava Brahmano Rupe Murtanchaiva Murtancha. God can be either Nirakar or Sakar, both, whatever he wishes. But the bliss in the Sakar form is far sweeter than the bliss of the Nirakar Brahma. Think of it like this. Let us say there is a mother. The baby is in her womb. The baby is 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. The mother cannot see the baby, but she is very happy. Oh, I am going to become a mother. Have you seen your baby? No, just a few months left. Now the baby is born. The baby is 1 day old, 4 days old, 1 year old, 2 years old. The baby is in the mother's lap. You ask, Ma, this baby who is in your lap and the baby when she was in your stomach, is the bliss the same? She will say, Kya baat karte ho ji? Was that any bliss? That was only pain and misery for 9 months. This is the real bliss. I can see my baby, I can touch my baby, I can hear her broken words, totally bhasha, I can serve my baby, feed my baby. That was only a feeling, yes, I've got a baby. What a big difference. With all the senses, she can perceive her baby. And that was just a feeling. Similarly, the jnani, when he enters samadhi, he gets the feeling of the Nirakar Brahma when the mind becomes fully absorbed. And the bhakt, he sees his Bhagavan with the eyes, he hears his murli with the ears, he touches his feet with his hands, he eats his prasad with the tongue, he smells the aroma of the tulsi at his feet. With all his senses, the bhakt perceives his Brahma. So the bliss increases. Just like you have the bliss of gur, and then the bliss of sugar, and the bliss of mishri. Now, they are the same thing, right? Gur is the same as chini, and is the same as mishri. But if somebody invites you to a tea party and gives you gud wali chai, sometimes in the village they do it, right? What will you say? Haji Sahab, insult kar di. They called me to a tea party and he turned out to be such a kanjus, he gave me gud wali chai. And supposing he gave you mishri wali chai, what would you have said? Haji Sahab, bada samman kiya. You know, it was special tea, there was mishri inside it. But tell me, the same good has become mishri. It is the same thing. And yet, in your perception, there is such a difference. For good, you are saying ki apman ho gaya. For mishri, you are saying bada samman ho gaya. The thing is the same. The ras has increased. Similarly, the formless Brahman is the same as Shri Ram. They are different aspects of the same divinity. But the ras is far more. So King Janak, who had been practicing upasana of the Nirakar Brahma till now, when he has experienced the bliss of divine love from the personal form of Shri Ram, he has become inundated in it. So he is delighted that Vide has become specially Vide. He is requesting Vishwamitra ji, you cannot stay here. If it was only your matter, I would have permitted. But these two princes of Ayodhya are also with you. You have to come to my palace. He brought them in.